last week we got going in Maine. This week we're going to finish up that hunt. It actually proved to be a pretty challenging hunt. The cover really made it hard to see the birds. Occasionally we could hear them and not see them. So now you're going to see the conclusion of the hunt, and probably one of the rare times that with all the foliage on, you see a ruffed grouse bagged on camera through the trees from flush till fall.
Throughout recorded history, dogs have shared our lives and our work. For 10,000 years, dogs have been our companions. Our friends. More than mere tools, dogs have been our partners in work and play. Come join Dr. Christian Hagaseth, his wife Laurel, and their Labrador Retriever Jessie as they meet and hunt with a wide variety of bird hunting dogs and their masters in a place called Bird Dogs Forever.
Further on, we come across an unusual bird on the road. Dan and I approach and flush what the locals call a fool chicken.
Landed right in the tree. It's a spruce grouse, Ken.
The spruce grouse is a protected species, and by its nature, challenges neither bird dog nor hunter. Jessie joins me as Dan and I begin to work further apart. And then in a heartbeat, there's a flush. Jessie searches where I think the bird fell, but in that thick forest, I confess I am not totally sure I dropped it. After a few minutes, Jessie makes the retrieve from thick cover. First woodcock. We thought that we were hunting just the grouse. We knew it's woodcock season. And are they a lovely little bird or what? And tell me you don't need a trade retriever. In this cover, we came, of course Jessie couldn't see the fall. We got in here and that nose does what my eyes can't. We got a woodcock. Well, we went into the woods right there, and I tell you, I knew I dropped it, but another one had flown off, and then it took about 3 minutes for Jessie to find it. They really are camouflaged.
Aren't they something?
So tell me how you tell
you
a
got
male
the
from
elusive timber doodle.
I
Christian.
did, yeah.
How do you tell the difference on these? It's a little bit different from the grouse.
It's not the tail.
And we're not sure if this is true or not, but
Okay.
most people up here in New England, you take the beak and slide the dollar bill right between the two beaks.
Okay.
And just let it close.
Yep.
And if it doesn't cover the entire bill, it's too short, it's a male. A female's bill would come all the way out and cover the width of a dollar bill.
Well, if it's not true, it's a piece of folk wisdom that we got to perpetrate anyway.
Well, and then usually whoever shoots it gets the dollar.
I like that.
Not.
A multiple replay provides opportunity to see what a flushing woodcock in dense cover looks like. We continue on our way, but still fail to encounter any ruffed grouse.
Good girl.
Back at camp during our lunch break, I take the opportunity to talk with Ken Konatzer, the operator and one of the owners of Bowland Camps. Ken, you've got one beautiful place here.
Thank you.
Bowland Camps. Tell me a little bit about this operation, Bowland Camps, and what your ideas are about it.
Well, we are here to develop a family atmosphere with a true wilderness experience. Of course, we do the bear hunting, we do the deer hunting, the moose hunting, and the grouse hunting.
Sure.
But we also want to get the families involved. We're offering canoeing, hiking, snowmobiling, and we're open 365 days a year. So our whole desire is to make it a family adventure, a soft wilderness adventure, if I may say that, to where you have all the amenities of home, but you're also deep in the woods, as you can see we are.
Oh, we are deep in the woods. There always hasn't been a road right up to the camp. Can you tell me about the history of getting into this place?
No, about 10 years ago or so, the road ended about 2 miles back up behind me. And what happened is people would fly into the pond up here, Bowland Pond.
Sure.
And then they would either get on a tractor with a trailer and ride down to the camp, or walk down from the camp with their gear if they didn't have a lot of gear.
What's the history of this place?
Well, the camp initially in 1850s was a logging camp. Then in 1895, a gentleman by the name of McDonald bought it and turned it into a sporting camp. And since then, it's been a sporting camp ever since continuous operation all to now. And this cabin right here, by the way, was the first cabin built as a sporting camp cabin.
1895.
1895.
We've had a wonderful time here. In fact, Laurel's interested in what it costs to take this, rent this by the year.
Well, I think you can just come and stay. It won't cost you a dime.
Thanks so much. We've
Thank
had a
you.
wonderful time here.
And I've had a great time too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. It's later afternoon now, and colder too. Wearing a heavier jacket, I venture further out from Dan and a brace of his French pointing dogs. Talk about a forest primeval. Look at this. Underfoot. It's beautiful. In spite of not encountering more ruffed grouse, I don't feel I'm missing out because the autumn forest is such a feast for my senses.
Good boy here. Good boy. Man.
Come on, Jack. Go ahead.
Thin willow brush like this down in the lowlands with a little wet spot in the middle. This is good woodcock cover. Even grouse will be hanging along these edges. We've got spruce trees along both sides that they roost in. This would be an excellent spot for a bird to just come busting right out of. It was well worth checking it out, but it doesn't seem like anything's here today. I'm ready. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Good boy.
Then Dan and his dogs encounter the ghost-like ruffed grouse.
Good boy, Darnay. Come on.
Darnay makes a measured, gentle retrieve from the deep undergrowth. These dogs are amazingly soft-mouthed.
Boy, Darnay. Up. Give. Give. That's a good boy. This is the kind of cover we're looking at. We have a beautiful piece of cover here that stretches a good 50 yards both directions. It's nice straight alder, willow, a little bit of birch mixed in, good ground cover. This is just excellent. There's roosting trees, the spruce trees on the edges right here. This is perfect. And that grouse we just put up, I'm sure there's got to be a couple more in here. This is what we should have been looking for all day. This is excellent. We're going to get these dogs moving, huh, boys? Let's get them. All right, high on.
Meanwhile, Jessie and I explore a road less traveled. She begins to work scent. And then it happens in an instant. Remarkably, the wounded grouse takes flight down the narrow road, and I get my first shot at a ruffed grouse in the open. I think Jessie is as excited as I am. Finally, a grouse in the hand. Thank you. Good dog. Thank you. Good girl. Oh. Band is incomplete right here, meaning this is a female. And it doesn't have a whole lot of feathers around the neck. And then a scant 100 yards further along, the sequence repeats itself. Jessie locates the second bird easily. Good dog! Come on, Jessie. We hunt the whole day and bag 2 ruffed grouse in less than 5 minutes. Come to me. Oh, good dog! Good girl! All right, another grouse! Good girl! Whoa! With the hunt over, it's time to meet and head back. Came on, went right down the road.
So you were able to get it all on film.
And I dropped it with, of course, 1 shot.
Excellent.
And then she did it all. And then we got the number 2 bird.
Well, you got 2 birds?
Yeah. And the second
right.
one, again, it was right in the heavy brush right in here. And you know, we never managed to. I get to see the bird, but Jessie and nobody else gets to see it.
You just saw the bird
until
in
we
there.
drop it.
I'll be dang.
I found a beautiful piece of cover. It was picture perfect grouse cover. Excellent woodcock too, because it was nice and white, wet in the bottom, and I thought we were going to get into a bunch of birds. The dog was getting kind of sloppy and wasn't working too good. It went into this cover, and right off the bat, he kicked it into bird gear. You could see the intensity in his body and everything. And he gave me a flash point right in a nice clump of alder and birch, and I knew there was something right there. And just as he turned to follow a trail, I saw the bird running on the ground, and I took a quick step, and this bird flushed right out behind these spruce trees. I had one little open window, and pow! Luckily, it went down.
When I heard 1 shot, here were my 2 thoughts. Either you got it on the first shot, or it disappeared behind the tree and wasn't worth the second shot.
And I started yelling, "Good boy,
You are
Darwin!"
my companion, you are my friend. You are not just a dog, we're partners to the end. And when we're in the field, you're the joy of my soul. As I watch while o'er the land you roam. Bird dogs, forever I proclaim. The world without you will not be the same. So stay by my side through all the years that shall go, till together we turn to the setting sun.
Well, that wraps up Maine and the ruffed grouse. I had a ball, but we hunted real hard, and that's the way real ruffed grouse hunting is. Now, come to our website, see what else we have there. Principally, I have completed the most detailed set of bird dog kennels on the internet. Google us and we come up real fast. If you know a person who needs a bird dog, or you do too, come to my website. That's what it's there for. Till next week, when we go off on our next adventure, I am Chris Haggeseth saying thanks.